Hello and welcome to a preview of fmAccounting Link MYOB AccountRight Edition. fmAccounting Link is a FileMaker solution that demonstrates how you can integrate FileMaker Pro with the MYOB AccountRight API. Let's dive in and have a tour. The MYOB AccountRight API works with AccountRight files that are hosted either in the cloud or running locally on a machine on your local network. For this demonstration, I'm going to be authenticating against a desktop version of AccountRight. So I'll choose desktop and I'll put in the address to the copy of AccountRight that's running on my local server, and I can now click the authenticate button and it's successfully authenticated against AccountRight on my server. It's returned a list of files that I can then select to work with. I'll click the company files tab and I'll go and import that list of files, and you can see it's returned some information about each of those files. For this demonstration I'm going to be using the Clearwater sort of starter template file that comes with all copies of MYOB, and we're ready to make some requests against that selected file now. Now you'll notice before I can make a request to either download data or upload data against that selected file, such as importing my chart of accounts, I then need to enter my MYOB AccountRight credentials for that selected file. So in this case I just have a username, I don't have a password. And now that I've successfully authenticated against that particular file, it's now going to download my chart of accounts. So there's some data that you typically would maintain primarily in AccountRight, such as your chart of accounts, your text codes, and possibly your categories. So these are things that you can periodically download from AccountRight into FileMaker, as they don't normally change on a regular basis. So you can see it successfully downloaded all my chart of accounts from AccountRight for that selected file. Now I'll go and do the same for the text codes, which is a much shorter list, and I'll get some categories as well. And we only have a couple of those. Now at this point I could also go and download contacts, invoices and payments, but for this demonstration I'm just going to download my list of inventory items. And this is what is often called a products table or a price list, and once again you could choose to either maintain this in FileMaker or AccountRight, depending on how often they change and who needs to make the changes. So you can see it's downloaded all my list of inventory items, and these are items that are going to appear when I create an invoice for a contact. So let's jump over to contacts now, and this is an empty file, so I'm going to create a new contact, and we'll come up with a name. So we'll just call it Home Mechanics Proprietary Limited. It's a company, so I don't need to put in any individual contact details. I need to select what type of contact it is. It's a customer. I'll go and quickly add a new address, make it the bill to. And I'll add a quick couple of phone numbers and email, and we'll put in a contact name. Okay, I can also make some selling detail changes. So there I'll select item for the invoice type. I'll skip these for the moment, and these I do have to put in. Some fields are mandatory, such as the tax code and the freight tax code. Terms, I can make any changes to these defaults as well. Payment details, I need to just select the payment method, and I'll leave the rest empty for the moment. So at this point I think I've got enough information to upload this contact to MYOB. So let's click the push to MYOB current record button. That's going to make a request to create a contact in my copy of AccountRight. Home Mechanics Proprietary Limited has been successfully uploaded. So when a record is created in MYOB, it returns the MYOB unique identifier number, which is stored in this field, and that means any further changes we make to this contact and upload will update the existing contact and won't create a new contact. We also have the ability to enter the custom lists and the custom fields and create identifiers just like you can in AccountRight. If we quickly jump over to AccountRight in my virtual window over here, we can see I've got my list of customers here, and it doesn't include Home Mechanics, but if I click the refresh button, That's refresh the screen, and there is home mechanics. And if we go and have a quick look at that, you'll see that the information I entered into FileMaker has come across. Jump through to the car details. They're blank. I entered a few of the selling details and a few of the payment details. But you can see everything that we can enter in MYOB we can also enter via the API and upload as well. One thing to also notice is the FileMaker's unique ID, the CT1000, has come across here. So you can also put your FileMaker reference numbers in MYOB as well, which helps you to cross-reference contacts in both systems. So at this point, we can go and create an invoice. So let's jump over to the Invoices tab, and we'll click the New Invoice button. Now this is a item invoice, so I've put in the invoice date. I could also put in the customer's purchase order number if that existed. So we'll just put in a number there. It's already linked to the contact. We can change these defaults for the invoice terms. We could put in a referral source, choose a particular category if you like. And let's go and add some exclusive line items. So we can choose these from our list. So let's choose some 12 litres of clear carbon. We'll make that 10 quantities, and we'll add another line item, and we'll do some coffee powder. And we'll do 5 of those. Okay, so we can choose the ship to address. There's only one address in this case. We can put a comment in, a shipping method, do a courier, and the promise date is going to be Thursday the 31st. Okay, we'll put in some freight, make that $15, and I think we're ready to go now. So we can upload this invoice to MYOB, hopefully. Clicking the Push to MYOB this invoice button, and that's going to make a request to MYOB running on my network, and you can see it was successful. So it's also returned with the MYOB invoice ID number, which is MYOB's unique reference. So once again, any changes to this invoice that are uploaded will simply update that invoice, not create a new one. And if we jump back to MYOB and have a look at the history, we might need to refresh this again. Yeah, let's just cancel out of here. We'll close out of here and we'll go into the sales register. There you can see is my invoice right there. So we'll jump in and have a quick look at that. And you can see it's got my ship to address, all the invoice numbers from FileMaker, the date, customer's PO number, both the line items, the freight, and all the other additional metadata that I entered. Now let's jump back to FileMaker and let's record a payment against that invoice. So we'll click the Add Payment button. We'll choose the payment method. We'll say it was an FPOS transaction. It was maybe deposited to the general check account number 1, and it might have been a part payment, so we'll just say they paid $200. Okay, now we'll click the Upload button, and that's going to upload that payment and apply it to that particular invoice in MYOB. And you'll see once again it's come back with the MYOB payment ID number. So if we jump back to MYOB and click the history, we'll have to refresh this screen for everything to come up to date. But you'll see there's the payment for $200. And once again it's got the FileMaker, all the details that were entered into FileMaker, the ID number, the date, it's applied it to the check account number 1. And there you have it. We could obviously upload additional payments, create additional invoices. We can create invoices, a found set of invoices in one go, just as we can for contacts. So that's a brief demo of fmAccounting Link. It'll be released probably in the next couple of weeks. If you have any questions, please go to our website at databuzz.com.au and hit contact us and let us know what questions you have. Thanks for your time.